clearly sexual harassment was the issue that's really kind of resonated and reverberated. But when you talk about things being complicated, sexual harassment, sexism doesn't exist in a vacuum. And that hearing doesn't exist is just a conversation about sexual harassment. And there are certain things that I hope we can remember from the hearing that extends, even as important as the issue of harassment is, beyond those, beyond sexual harassment itself. The first thing is the right of a private citizen to provide information about their life and their experience and give that in testimony to the government and to be listened to. That was a message in the hearing that I hope we will not lose. Whether the issue is harassment or the Senate Judiciary, we have that right and we have a responsibility. The second thing, really, of course, we've talked to a little bit, was about gender representation and how differently the conversation and the deliberation might have happened had there been a critical mass. Even those 20 women senators that exist today, how that vote might have changed, or at least the conversations that the Senate was having might have changed. The third thing is about racial representation. And we haven't even begun to move the needle in that respect when we look at the Senate. But I'll just make one point about that. The high-tech lynching comment, that defense that was raised by Clarence Thomas, think about how differently that might have been interpreted had a Charles Ogletree or John Carr been in the Senate, let alone an African-American woman in the Senate at that time, or any number of people of color who need to be there in that governing body making decisions because they're decisions that affect all of us. And then finally, I would just say, think about, as you think about why the hearings were important and why a film is important 20 years later, think about what we want to hold our public officials accountable for, how we want to hold them responsible. Are we willing to simply say, oh, well, let's not ruin his career over something like this? Or are we willing to say, these things disqualify you, and we won't put up with it because we can do better?